Hi everyone, and welcome to another redecorating of my studio. If you've been here for a little bit over a year, you've probably seen that I done one last year, and I'm gonna do another one now, and probably another one next year. But let me tell you why. So 6 years ago, when we bought this house, it has always been our intention that we are going to add another expansion on that side of the roof, like a window cove, sort of like what we have on this side. So when I moved into this space, I've always hated it from the start. Like that gray plastic paneling on the walls just I want to scratch out my eyeballs. It's so freaking ugly. But there's no point in taking it off or replacing it with something like plasterboard or whatever. And then because we're gonna do a whole remodel anyway of the attic. So I did what I could with it, rolled with the punches and sort of made it as functional as possible. But it sort of got postponed because we did a lot of remodeling on the house. And it's gotten to a point that I'm just so frustrated with my workshop. Not functionally, but like aesthetically. Because this color palette and the way it's like decorated, it's not me. I very much like darker colors, rich colors, wood. Basically the opposite of what it is now. And I just decided that I'm gonna do what I can without too much money put in, because we are planning on renovating it next summer. So what I'm gonna do, as you can maybe see from this angle, I already switched a little bit around just to see if things fit. I'm going to wallpaper that wall, because I cannot do that with that wall because that has a plastic paneling on it. And then I bought a antique wardrobe that's gonna go here. The Ikea Kallax cabinet has moved to the other side of the wall, so it's not in this room anymore, but it's still here. And then I'm gonna switch my desk around. So now I have my computer corner over there, but it's gonna go to that corner over there, because that's the wallpaper side, so I can like decorate it and make it my little nook. This thing over here, let me show you. So this thing over here, this used to be like a closed cabinet, and it had like a pull-out drawer with a spinning plateau that they put their TV on. I don't know. I already sort of have demolished it last time I was doing a renovation of this place, and it's now the place where my air conditioning lives under. But as you can see, it's also like a pain in the eye, and it just gets a dump place of fabrics and sorts. So that's gonna go completely. The air conditioning is probably gonna move to a temporary place during the winter, and then when summer comes and I'm gonna need it, I'm gonna plug it in, and just it stands a little bit more prominent in a room probably. But when it's not being used, I can use that space more efficiently. I am looking into maybe buying also like a tiny cabinet or like a tiny antique table to put there as well, and find a better solution for my fabrics. I'm just going to fabrics. I've gained a lot of more fabrics in the last year, and I just don't have place to put it anymore. There's a little couch hidden underneath. That was my initial plan first, but I can hardly sit on it, and it's not really doing what I wanted, so that's going to back on Marketplace. But this is where the whole big wardrobe is gonna go. And then, as you can see, my table is back here. I really want it like in the middle of the room so I can walk around it, but I think that's not an option. So yeah, this is that plastic paneling, and I don't think I can paint it because it's plastic without like having to prime it first and blah blah blah. I obviously cannot wallpaper it, and it's hollow. There's no plasterboard behind it. I mean, there's plasterboard on the other side. So this is a mess right now because this is where the Ikea cabinet went. So this one is plasterboard. If only it was on the other side, but yeah. So this also gets reorganized once that part gets reorganized. Poster is gonna go. I might paint the door, but again, this whole wall is gonna disappear anyway next year. I'm definitely going to change the door handles. When the mirror is gonna stay because we need it. Today I'm going to remove the little cabinet with the air conditioning under it. I'm going to free up this wall because the wardrobe is coming tonight. I'm going to put it together. I do have wallpaper. It was very expensive. It's this really beautiful Art Nouveau. Is it upside down? No, it's not upside down. This beautiful Art Nouveau wallpaper, which was like €7 a roll. So I only bought one, hoping it will be enough. It probably might not be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, because I'm a cheap ass, or cheapskate, put the wardrobe together and then sort of mark where it's at so I can sort of wallpaper around it, if that makes sense. So I can piece little bits of leftover wallpaper in that corner, which is probably why I don't have enough paper for, because it's a slanted roof and it's pattern piece, so I'm gonna have a lot of scrap paper, I think. But that's the goal for today and tonight, and then tomorrow gonna wallpaper and redecorate, and then later this week or tomorrow we're probably gonna do some thrift store and antique shopping and stuff. So yeah. So taking down a cabinet isn't as easy as I thought it would. Lots of things are glued down for some reason, and most of the screws are painted over a gazillion times, so my screwdriver can get grip of this. So I had to take out a heat gun and scrape all the paint away. So that's what I'm doing. So I finally managed to get that bloody thing out. As you can see, part of the floor is missing. I'm gonna have to see if I can fill it up with some scrap pieces and then maybe just put a little bit of a carpet over it or something. That thing was on there. It was glued and screwed and basically not meant to ever get ripped off. So yeah, that was some work. And then I took everything off this wall and I plastered all the holes shut. I'm waiting for them to dry to do another second coating. Melchior is on his way with the new wardrobe, so when he gets here I'm gonna put it together and see how things place, and then tomorrow we can do a little quicker. So it's the next day. The wardrobe came in. I'm not gonna show you yet. I'm gonna wait until the final reveal. So I took everything from the wall, I patched up all the holes and everything, and I moved. Can you not? They're setting off fireworks outside. Anyway, the desk is from the wall, so and that's the place where the wardrobe will be. So that's where I don't have to put the wallpaper. Anyway. Right, so I've run out of wallpaper. You see this empty space here? That's where the wardrobe goes. And then I got to one more row, which I do have to like piece a little bit there together, otherwise I wouldn't have made it all the way to the bottom. And then I have all of that left to wallpaper, and I was kind of hoping that I would have had enough leftovers to piece it together, but these are my leftovers. These are 2 pieces, but they all, I can't match them together except for these 2, because I'm constantly missing a piece of the pattern in between, and those are all on a diagonal. So if I could piece them together, I would still not be able to get a whole row done. So I'm gonna go see if I can order another roll. The shop I ordered it from, they still have them. The only problem is, because this one has been bought maybe a year ago, they have like batch numbers, so that you don't have color differences when you start a new roll. So I've contacted them and see if they still have that one. Hope so. And if not, well, I'm just gonna have to take the chance of having a color change in it, perhaps. I hope it's minimal. But yeah, I got this far, which means that I can start putting the desk back and the wardrobe back, and then when the new wallpaper goes, I can just do that there. I don't have to move around the furniture and stuff, so that's good. So I think I'm going to piece that little that piece there together with some of the scrap paper, and then I'm gonna go move the furniture around again.
The next morning.
Good morning. We are in a rental because we are doing a cross-country tour, picking up some furniture. It was quite early this morning. We had to pick up the car at 8, and it's now 8:30, and the next stop is in half an hour. So, see you then. Hi, Editing Nikki here. So I kind of realized while editing that I kind of stopped vlogging after this, mainly because I felt super awkward picking up furniture from strangers' houses that I bought on Marketplace. So yeah, but to give you a bit of a visual, this is what happened. We picked up our steel carriage in Utrecht, drove to Nijmegen to pick up a small cabinet, then drove to Maasmechelen, which is just over the Belgian border, to pick up 2 Chesterfield-style chairs. Then we went back north to Castres to pick up a partner desk, and finally made a pit stop for tea with Yule in Eindhoven before heading back home. In total we drove 478 kilometers, which is just 297 miles for you Americans. And all that was left to do was drag up the furniture to the attic and decorate. So yeah, cue montage.